And welcome to all the fans connected to our live broadcast. Kansas City Diamonds and Atlanta Smoke, they're kick off the 2026 Professional Softball League this season. Let's see what both could bring. We've seen already the Atlanta Smoke, which had three exhibition games against the Puerto Rican national team, which they were able to win two out of three. And we see a lot of familiar faces that are going to be playing tonight. For Kansas City Diamonds, it will be their first game here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Let's see what both squads could bring tonight.
Every one of those who are watching us for the first time, the Professional Softball League is an independent city-based professional women's softball league kicking up its inaugural season. The 2026 season launches with the Borinquen Smokeout here in San Juan, as we were telling already. And we have pretty good teams. We have watched the Puerto Rican national team, and it's obviously one of the greatest honors to watch our national team here in Puerto Rico ranked third in the world right now.
Just
And
behind United States
it's
and Japan.
and that talks about the quality of softball and even baseball players, women baseball and softball players that we have here in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, and to have the opportunity of our national team have three exhibition games against the Atlanta Smoke is something very important for the Croatian national team, which has two big international tournaments this season. They have the Central American and Caribbean Games in 2026 and also the World Cup of Softball this year. So the Puerto Rican national team has been able to take advantage of these exhibition games. Also at the Atlanta Smoke, able to play against our national team. They were able to officiate their official roster after seeing these games here. And like the PSL has 7 teams. We're talking about, we already said Atlanta Smoke. We said the Kansas City Diamonds, but also we have the Chattanooga Chills, Florida Breeze, Florida Heat, Florida Vibe, and New York Rise.
Exactly. We have all those teams, and the PSL format features 20-player rosters with athletes. Signed to professional contracts. That we're talking about great talent, about great players. The season runs roughly from June through July, and the league features a mix of teams playing full schedules alongside expansions organizations preparing for full 2027 inclusion.
Yeah. So right now, we're getting ready to see what's gonna happen tonight in the
We already
Borican Smokeout,
we saw
and
the umpires already with the coaches
yeah,
giving the lineups.
the lineups. And right there in the chat, drop a comment where you're watching us from. We're here live in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
So we basically ready to start this important game for both teams, but I think it's even more important for the Kansas City Diamonds. This is the first time that we're seeing this team. We've already saw the Atlanta Smoke,
Yeah.
great level.
We're talking about a team, Atlanta Smoke, that had Janae Jefferson, a great first batter for this team. Dallas Goodnight showed power against Puerto Rico. We saw Taylor Kraft, Tisa Malaulu, Coco Woolley being effective. And for the Kansas City Diamonds, this team, features three key players like Ali Skagg, Rachel Roop, and Leah Boggs. We're talking about a great infielder in Ali Skagg and outfielder Rachel Roop, and also a great catcher in Leah Boggs.
And actually, we're seeing right now the Kansas City Diamonds stepping up to the field, and we have already the lineups from the from both teams, obviously Kansas City and Atlanta. But as we are watching right now, the blue team, the Diamonds, they have a few interesting players in this team. Obviously, talking about Skagg, Corey McMillan.
Yeah, Skaggs will be the second baseman. If we're talking about how this team is going to be positioned, the picture is going to be Hope Valdespino at first base. They're going to have Alex Brown, second base, Ali Skagg, at third, shortstop, Eva Kuzak, at third base, Haley Crape, and we have left fielder. We have Alexis Hastings, center fielder Corey McMillan, and right fielder Rachel Roop. Doing the catcher will be Leah Boggs in this game.
We are basically ready to hear the national anthem of the United States. So we're going to
Take a quick pause.
take a quick pause and um, respect the national anthem. So we're back, and we were talking about this Atlanta Smoke team. It's a project from the ex-big leaguer, Brandon Phillips. I used to be a great fan of Brandon Phillips playing the second base.
Four-time Gold Glover.
Four-time Gold Glover, and he had so many highlights. It was a magic player. Especially in the defense. But with those Cincinnati Reds, he made history, and now he's the head alongside the WWE superstar Jade Cargill for this Atlanta Smoke, and it's a great initiative. It has a lot of goodwill, to bring these players the opportunity to show their talents, but also develop the next generations in American softball. And we're so glad that Puerto Rico is also part of it.
Yeah, and the founder and president, Jeremy McDowell from the Kansas City Diamonds, also doing a good job. Right there, we see the defense for Atlanta Smoke, la defensa de Atlanta Smoke.
Malaulu in the third base, shortstop Woolley, Jefferson at second, Grimm at first base, and we see Pierce is going to be the pitcher, and the catcher is going to be Kraft. From left to right, Coleman, Goodnight, and Harding. That is going to be the defensive lineup from the Atlanta Smoke, wearing black and white.
And Autumn Peace, we saw her in the first game against Puerto Rico, which the team, Atlanta Smoke, was able to grab a victory 7-5. She has a lot of velocity, a very power pitcher, this Autumn Peace for the Atlanta Smoke.
And when we talk about softball, that's key. Basically, when you talk about softball in women's and men's, you have to acknowledge that the pitching is going to be key if you want to be successful. Then you have this Kansas City starting lineup with Skaggs, leading off at second base, then Rope at right field, McMillan at center, Cusack at shortstop, Kripe at third base, Blampil as the designated player, and we lose the graphic, but we have Alex Brown at first base, Leah Box as a catcher, and Alex Hustings as left field. So, Luis Arturo, we're basically ready for the first pitch. A little bit outside. First ball for Skaggs.
7 p.m. local time was the first pitch right there outside, a little bit outside the strike zone.
Here comes Spees again. That's way high. Not falling at all.
Y le enviamos un saludo a todas las personas de Puerto Rico que están conectadas aquí con
Amén.
nosotros en la transmisión en este Borinquen Smokehouse. Well, greetings to all the fans here in Puerto Rico watching this game live here in San Juan.
In 2-0. Again, high and outside.
Outside, a little bit of troubles locating Autumn Peace.
Haven't thrown a strike yet, and it's not that she hasn't thrown a strike. It's that she's way out of the strike zone. Here it comes, the automatic pitch.
Yeah. Ali Skaggs out of the University of Arizona, Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year in 2023. I mean, a 3-year pro. We're talking about she has consistency, power, and a solid Gold Glove caliber defender. And therefore, ball outside.
So the first runner at first is Skaggs on base on balls and not nearly close the zone.
And we have people live watching us from Orange County, California, also Mapleton, Georgia, Brooklyn, New York, and also Connecticut.
Rachel Rowe now in the batting box. She has first strike in her count.
So one runner on base for Kansas City.
Nice changeup, but a little bit down.
Yeah. Outside the strike zone right there. So good eye for Rachel. 1-1 count.
Runner at first. No outs here in the first inning. Kansas City against Atlanta. High and outside. The count now it's 2-1, and the catcher is going to have a little bit of chat with the pitcher that, like we talked already, it has not have the command in her pitches.
Yeah. Having troubles with control. Let's see if she could find a little bit of consistency on her pitches.
I mean, she has the speed. She has the velocity, but she has a little bit of trouble with the control. Oh, wow. Nice piece of hitting down to the center field. Nice hustle also by the shortstop, but it's a base hit for Roop. Runners at first and second with no outs, hitting the first inning for the Kansas City.
Solid hit down the middle, almost right there. Could have been a good defensive play, but it passes the glove of Coco Woolley, and it's a single right now for Roop.
Nice piece of hitting. And even though it was a great effort by the shortstop Woolley, she wasn't able to get that ball. With Corey McMillan, taking her first appearance and a great appearance or a great opportunity to bring the first run for Kansas City with runners at first and second with nobody out. There's a ground ball to the center field. It's going to bring the first run of the game, and Kansas City with a double by McMillan. It's on the board. Roop gets to third. Great hustle also. Great running by McMillan, making it from first to second. Runners at third and second with no outs.
Huge hitter right there. An outside pitch. She was able to drive down the middle. Runners advanced. She was able to run the bat, an RBI right there, the first one for Kansas City. So a great piece of hitting right there for Corey McMillan. It's 1-0.
High and outside, the first one.
She was able also to reach second base on that play. So we have runners in second and third for the Kansas City Diamonds. Still nobody out.
And here is Eva Cusack. She's the cleanup hitter, playing at shortstop also.
Right down the middle.
Yeah, it was kind of a
Changing
change-up,
speed.
right?
Yeah, changing speeds right there. Very, very, very good pitch. Trying to
Right down the middle, that's dangerous, you know.
doing a good job, not trying to be that predictable in this at bat Autumn Peace.
There's a fly ball in the foul territory. It's not gonna be able to catch it. The right fielder, great hustle, but the count is now 1-2. Um, we were talking about
Location.
the location and the lack of command from Peace. The worst enemy for a pitcher is obviously the base on balls, and he was the first
Yeah.
runner that she put on base. Then the hit and another hit for Kansas City has them leading 1-0. Foul ball. The count stays at 1-2.
So she's attacking the hitter on this one, right there on the strike zone, showing velocity and more control against this batter, Ava Cusack.
She has power, and she's looking for a pitch to drive. Here comes a pitch. There's a ground ball to shortstop. Great fielding by Willie to throw the home and out. Amazing. Incredible defensive play by the shortstop, Willie. And it's the first out. The runner at second couldn't even advance, so it's not a productive out for Cusack.
And infield choice right there, throwing the ball home plate, and she was able to get out Rachel Roop. So nice defensive play for Coco Woolley at the shortstop.
Big out for the Peace in that amazing play by the shortstop because it was a difficult play. You know, that short bound, you have to get in front of the baseball and or the softball, I mean, and make a good throw to home. And she did everything fine in that play. When we now have Haley Crape.
The ball inside right there. So the count right now is 1-1. Still one out. Runners in second and first for Kansas City.
Haley, fifth in the lineup from Kansas City. Check swing. Let's see. She didn't go around.
She hold it in time. So 2 balls and a strike right now for Haley.
Who is playing the third base. So she's playing the position number 5, and she's fifth also in the lineup for the Kansas City Diamonds. The pitch. Another check swing, but this one was called a strike.
Right there in the inside corner. Great location, that one for Autumn Peace. The count is 1-2. 2-2.
Once again, the pitch, and now it's a foul ball.
Looking for that rise ball, but she was able to foul it off. So staying alive right there is Haley.
Kind of guessing around a little bit. Haley in this at bat, you know, she had a couple of check swings, and at that last pitch, she couldn't handle the inside fastball. Looking quite better since last at bat. There's a high fly ball in foul territory. Easy catch for the first baseman from the Atlanta Smoke. That's a great, important second out.
Maddie Grimm with the catch right there on first base. So it's 2 outs right now. And coming to the plate will be Riley Blampede.
Blampede is the designated player for the Kansas City Diamonds. The first pitch is a called strike in the inside of the zone. Pretty good pitch. Like I was telling you, Luis Arturo, she's getting better. Since that first 2-3 first at bats, she's looked like a little bit more confident hitting the strike zone. Foul back.
Count is 0-2 with 2 outs right now.
And she needs this next pitch, you know, to get out of this trouble that she already and by herself get into. The outfield is playing quite normal, as the infield from the Atlanta Smoke. Ground ball to third. It's a foul ball.
Staying aggressive right there, attacking the hitter is Autumn Peace. Let's see what Riley could do. If she could put this ball on play in fair territory, could be a couple of runs in for the Kansas City Diamonds.
The pitch in 0-2
Outside.
and way low. 1-2 the count for Haley Kripe. We saw lately. Oh, it's Riley Blampit. I mean, and we saw at third base Malaulu with the great hustle, but it was already in foul territory. There's a timeout. A great night for softball playing. We don't have any rain, any wind. And there's a line drive to left field. The ball is going to be foul. But not by by too much distance from the fair territory.
Still 1-2 count. See who could win this battle. Would it be Riley? Would it be Autumn? Let's see.
She got a little bit early in that swing, but if she gets or she lets that ball get a little bit more inside, maybe we're calling a home run. And there it is. There's a line drive. The center fielder is going to bring the softball home, but it's going to bring 2 runs in with a great piece of hitting, splitting the left and the right field. Riley Blampit and puts Kansas City Diamonds up 3-0.
A line drive between the center and the left field right there for Riley Blampit. She was able to drive both runners in. So great piece of hitting right now, and the lead is 3-0.
So we were talking about that she was getting quite good swings right at the pitcher and the toss to the first base, and it's going to be the third out of the inning. But first, Kansas City Diamonds, they had an amazing performance offensively. They are already winning 3-0. De regreso a la acción en el Bithorn. Back at the amazing Irán Bithorn Stadium in San Juan, when we have now the Kansas City defense, Hastings, McMillan, and Roop from left to right in the outfield, and Cusack at the shortstop.
We have Haley Crave at third base, second baseman Ailey Skaggs, first baseman Alex Brown. Doing the catcher will be Leah Boggs, and the pitcher Hope Valdespino.
Valdespino.
At bat, first in the lineup for the Atlanta Smoke is Janae Jefferson. We got Goodnight, Harden, Hope, Grimm, Kraft, Malaulu, Woolley, Coleman.
A little bit down and outside.
So Janae Jefferson out of the University of Texas. So first one, too bad.
Ready Valdespino. In 2-0. Check swing. And, it was a tip off. But basically, she wasn't really focused in that pitch. I mean, Valdespino fooling Jefferson in that pitch. 2-1. There's a line drive to second base. Great fielding. And the out is the first one for the Atlanta Smoke in this first inning for them.
As we see the replay right there, a pitch by Valdespino to Jefferson, trying to drive that ball all the way to right field, but right there in the hands of the second baseman, and there's an out.
It was Ali Skaggs. Well, now, Goodnight is having her first at bat of the evening.
Out of the University of Georgia, Dallas Goodnight had a homer in this exhibition games against Puerto Rico. She showed a lot of discipline, consistency, able to drive the ball also to the left side. I mean, very complete player, Dallas Goodnight.
A little bit down that pitch. It was close to the zone. Valdespino took a look to the umpire. But the count is 2-0.
One out.
Right down the middle, that pitch.
Atlanta Smoke looking for their first hit of the game. And we're here live from Puerto Rico. This Irán Bithor Stadium is where the WBC, the World Baseball Classic, one of the seats, one of the venues was here. We saw Panama, Puerto Rico, Cuba, Canada play here.
And a lot of big names from the big leagues.
Yeah.
And there's a line drive to shortstop, easy for Cusack, and that's the second out of the inning. Valdespino working really quick and very efficient so far. But yeah, talking about the WBC, we were able to be here and broadcast the Puerto Rico games and also the rest of the teams. And it was an amazing atmosphere. It's nothing like the WBC here in Puerto Rico. We cannot talk about other places as we see.
Well, we saw a great group play here live in the Irán Bithor Stadium. It's Kaylee Harden right now, the right fielder for the Atlanta Smoke out of Florida State.
And as we were talking, we cannot talk about any other place, but in Puerto Rico, this tournament, it's way more bigger than just a tournament.
Yeah, the WBC, the World Baseball Classic. Yeah, it means a lot. Puerto Rico was able to advance to the second round after the group play. We had a good tournament, but Venezuela took it all.
Yeah, and we played against Italy that was having also a great tournament, and they were the kind of the Cinderella team, and they
reached the semifinals.
Exactly. We were talking about a great talented team, but also very inspired, and they had a great performance at the WBC, and we are also very proud of our Puerto Rican team. Now the count is 1-2. There's a line drive to the right field, and an easy play for the third out of the inning. 1-3 goes Atlanta, and Kansas City, it's winning 3-0 in the whole first inning. de regreso al Bithorn. We're back at the Irán Bithorn Stadium in San Juan. We're going to the top of the second inning. Second batting opportunity for the Kansas City Diamonds. And now, Leah Bucks is going to be the one at the plate. She's the catcher and batting 8 for the Kansas City Diamonds. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Leah Boggs out of the University of Virginia, great defensive catcher. Also has able to put the ball in play too. So let's see what she could bring for the Kansas City Diamonds, who has 3 hits and 3 runs in this game.
There was a check swing, but it was not even an appeal for the catcher, and the pitch was way up and inside for Leah Bucks with the pink bat. There's a change up and a line drive right to the pitcher. Nice reactions by Peace, and that is the first out of the inning.
So line out right there for Boggs, and it's going to be coming up to the plate. Alexis Hastings, the left fielder. So one player retired already by Autumn Peace in this top of the second inning.
Swing and a miss at the first one. 0-0. Alexis Hastings. She's playing in the left field tonight for Kansas City, who had a great first inning offensively. They will be able to score 3 runs against this pretty good pitcher, Peace. But she had a little bit of lack of control in her pitches. Right down the middle, strike 2. So 1-2 the count for Alexis Hastings, number 14 in that beautiful blue uniform, or light sky blue for the Kansas City Diamonds. Similar to the Kansas City Royals. There's a foul ball. The count stays at 1-2.
In a very unpredictable MLB season this year.
Tell me about it. I'm not having a pretty good year with my Boston Red Sox, but I'm not the only one. Ball outside by a little bit. Great pitch there by Peace.
For my team, you're having a pretty good season. I mean, 34-35 record, 49%.
So
Miami
what's your tip?
Marlins.
Oh, Miami Marlins.
So right there,
Wow.
almost playing to 500. So
There's a ground ball to second. Easy play by Jefferson, and that's the second out of the inning. Pretty quick 1-2 by Peace right now. Let's see if she can get that third out quickly and make a lot less pitches that she made in that first inning.
yeah, so right there we see the throw, and it's Hastings to retire. Now it's going to be the first batter up, Alice Cagg. She drew a walk.
Exactly.
In the first
That's what I was gonna tell you. She was
and scored a run.
the first runner on board for the Kansas City. And now she takes the first ball down in the zone. Now it's a hard ground ball to third. Excellent. Elegant play by Malaulu. And that's the third out of the inning. 1-3 for Pitt and the Atlanta Smoke. We are going to be back with the bottom of the second inning here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. We're back at San Juan, Puerto Rico. This is the Borinquen Smoke Out. And actually, here is the Atlanta Smoke at his second time at the plate.
Morgan Howe, number 47. And we also have people out of Florida watching the broadcast, also from Denmark, Sarasota,
Wow.
Florida, Kansas City. So a lot of people are here joining the live chat of this broadcast. Welcome to all.
Thank you all for being here and enjoying this high quality softball game. Kansas City took the lead in the really first inning. They're winning 3-0, but
And Valdespino right there with a fastball
yeah,
right there.
she has also pretty good stuff, and especially the velocity. Swing and a miss.
So it's a 1-2 count for Morgan Howe. Of Arizona State University.
We will have a game tomorrow and also Sunday.
Yeah, tomorrow at 7 p.m. and Sunday will be at 4 p.m. local time.
There's a high fly ball down the center field, but a few steps under the ball, and there it is. The first out of the inning.
A
It looked-
routine catch right there
yeah,
for
yeah.
Corey McMillan.
It looked like it had maybe a little bit more drive.
Yeah.
But
He stayed in right there. So a couple steps, routine catch for Corey McMillan. So Morgan Howe is retired. Now it's going to come into the play. It's Maddie Grimm,
number 51
first baseman.
from Kent State.
All the way in Ohio.
And she,
One of my closest friend here from Puerto Rico attended Kent State University.
wow. I have family in Ohio, but not actually that went to Kent State.
Mhm.
They're from Campbell, Ohio. There's a pitch high and outside. The count is 1-1 with one out hitting the bottom of the second inning for the Atlanta Smoke that need not only runs but runners. They haven't had one already. Down and away. 2-1 the count. There you see Matty Grimm, left hitter. Valdespino, the big 21. What a great number. The
This-
pitch is inside.
This stadium right there, the Iran Bader Stadium, when I was a young kid, we're talking about 2001, 2002, the Montreal Expos
Yeah.
out of the MLB Play Series games here
I
of their
was
regular
here
season
also.
around that
Yeah.
those years, 2001, 2002, 2003.
Foul ball. The count is now 3-2. I think it was the Florida Marlins here against the Expos, and
I
there
saw
was
the
another
Blue
team.
Jays also.
Oh, the Blue Jays. That's right. That's right. The Toronto Blue Jays.
Remember those years where the Expo played here in the stadium?
Half of their home team or home games were played here
Yeah,
in San Juan in
for
the
2
Bithorn
seasons,
Stadium.
if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly. There's a high fly ball in foul territory, but under it's the third baseman, and she has the second out of the inning. Still, Valdespino dominating the Atlanta Smoke hitters.
You see the pitch right there. A little bit inside. She tried to get her hands in, but a great defensive play by Hailey Crape right there.
We could say
The
she
third
got a little
baseman.
bit jammed.
Yeah.
Valdespino looking so far,
They haven't been able to put
Pretty
solid
good.
contact
yeah.
on the pitches of Hope Valdespino.
Nice pitch in the corner of the zone, the outside corner against Taylor Krapp.
Also, a couple of years back, the Cleveland Indians played a regular season game here.
Exactly.
We saw Francisco Lindor.
With that big home run. It was on the left side, right?
Yeah.
Batting left. The count is now 1-1 for Taylor. Number 13. She's a catcher and utility player, and she's from Minnesota College. There's a line drive, foul.
Foul right there. So right now in a 1-2 count with 2 outs. And Taylor Graffin also had a good exhibition series against Puerto Rico. Let's see what she could do. This is the regular season of the PSL.
Foul back. The count stays at 1-2. As we were saying previously, we had the chance to see the national Puerto Rican softball team
Yep.
having this experience against
Luna
high
Taobas,
talent teams.
Katiria Garcia, Nia Carter, Yalis Muñoz, Camilo Ortiz. We saw Tatiana Roman, Sienna Don.
Y a la Yankee, Yanilis Rivera.
Yeah.
I had the chance to be in the broadcasting team from the Lobas de Arecibo in the
Yeah.
Puerto Rican Baseball Women's League, and she is amazing. Not only in baseball, but also in softball.
Yeah. And right there, a
Struck him
strikeout.
out. She struck him out, as we were saying. Valdespino dominating the Atlanta Smoke. 2 innings have passed here in San Juan. Kansas City dominating 3-0. And Luis Arturo, we are back at the Irán Bithorn Stadium. We're going to the top of the 3rd inning. Third chance in the order for the Kansas City Diamonds. And now it's Rachel Roop.
She had a single her first time up, and she was able to score on that RBI play right there. So Rachel Roop right now receiving the second ball inside right there. And like we said, the Professional Softball League right now has 7 teams in this season. We're talking about the Atlanta Smoke, Chattanooga Chill, Florida Breeze, Florida Heat, Florida Vibe, Kansas City Diamonds, and New York Rise.
The pitch.
For
It's a
us here in
strike.
Puerto Rico, long history with women's softball. One of the more traditional sports that we have here is being played at a high level. And right now, we have our own softball league. It's called the Premier Softball League of Puerto Rico, which also has 7 teams. We're talking about the cities of Humacao, Juncos, Salinas, Sabana Grande, Ponce, Sidra, y Guánica.
A lot of teams down the south. Ponce, Guánica,
South
Sabana
Bay Island,
Grande.
Yeah.
And also, Humacao, it's in the east side of the island, but it's also in the south. So
Yeah.
pretty interesting how the softball league in Puerto Rico has been developed. And every year it gets even better and better. And now we see a great play by Malaulu. The throw to first and
Wow.
out. What an amazing play by Malaulu, getting down the rope with a great throw to first and a great first out for the Atlanta Smoke.
A chopper down the third base line right there. So great coverage defensively. She was able to get it off in time and retire the runner on first base. So right now it's Corey McMillan will be on the play. We see the replay, the last play right there. Wow. She was able to gather herself and make that throw.
Great range. And now the at bat is for Corey McMillan. She has one RBI already. She's the third at order for the Kansas City Diamonds. There's a foul. The count is 1-1 for Corey McMillan.
She had a RBI single in that first inning. She was able to make this game 3-0.
Roop opened the scenario for that big rally, but everything started with the McMillan hit, RBI hit, as we were talking about.
And then Riley Lampe with that 2 RBI double.
The count is now 2-1 for Corey McMillan. Peace stays at the mound and is foul ball again. The count stays at 2 balls. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. There you see the righty.
Artificial field right here in Irán Bidar Stadium.
The 2-2. Once again, foul back. The dugout for the Kansas City Diamonds. This McMillan has a great discipline at the plate. And she's grinding this at bat.
And softball was invented in 1887, created in Chicago by George Hancock as an indoor version of baseball. And now we're seeing how this game has developed into a global game. We see it in all the major international events.
Struck him out. Great pitch. I was waiting for the umpire. He was a little bit slow in that call, but finally, it's a strikeout for McMillan. A great pitch, high in the zone.
Ooh,
But
wow.
it was for me. It was a strike. I don't know about
Yeah.
you, Luis. For
The
me, it was a
high
good call.
of the strike zone, but it was
Exactly.
in the strike zone. So
Exactly.
a great pitch right there for Autumn Peace.
And there's a big swing to the left, but easy for the left fielder. And there it is, the third out of the inning. 1-2-3 for Peace and the Atlanta Smoke. The game is 3-0. Still Kansas City in the lead. We're going to the bottom of the third. we're back at the Bithorn, and still in the mound for the Kansas City Diamonds is Valdespino when Tessa Malaulu, the one who made that great play at third, that chopper down the line, but it's not only that she got to the line and make the catch, the throw was perfect.
Right on the pocket.
First
So,
base.
well, first ball right there for Tisa Malaulu. Still, the Atlanta Smoke is looking for her for their first hit of this game.
She's been in UCLA and also Duke. Foul ball down the first base line. The count is 1-1.
So right now, PSL play here live in Puerto Rico.
This is the Borinquen Smokeout. Beautiful name.
One of the things that the Atlanta Smoke team was able to do on Wednesday in the morning was hold clinics for young girls here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. So they were able to share their knowledge and have a great time with our youth here in PR.
That means a lot, to take that time. And there is a foul ball or a high fly ball in foul territory, but a great catch. Amazing catch by number 41. And that's the first out of the inning. It was Kripe. Great running. In foul territory, it was also the catcher going for it. But Kripe was the one that got first and with quite a time.
So coming up to the plate is Coco Woolley, who also had a great, strong showing here in the exhibition games against Puerto Rico, the shortstop.
And also has one of the most beautiful plays of the game so far. There's a swing and a miss. And that first run of the game for Kansas City had to wait a little bit more because of Woolley. That great play that she made at shortstop, coming forward and making a strong throw and precise throw to home plate. The count is a 1-1 to Coco Woolley. Valdespino. Foul ball.
So 1-2 count right now. Well, so far, pretty dominant performance for Valdespino.
Yeah, the Atlanta Smoke is looking a little bit in between with those high-speed pitches and the changeup, and not been able to really make hard contact on this big righty, Valdespino. There's another foul ball. And once again, a little bit late on that swing, Coco Woolley. Valdespino is ready again. High and inside.
And Valdespino played her college career at North Texas and Oklahoma. She was a college World Series champion in 2022.
She has a chance now to get on first base for the first time for the Atlanta Smoke, but she will not do it. Strikeout. Great pitch in the inside of the zone. She was freezed by that fastball by Valdespino. There you see the replay. Excellent pitch. Actually, it was way more in the middle of the play than I thought at first. But it's the second out of the inning, and Valdespino still looking great through 2 innings and 2/3 here in San Juan. But now it's Alex Coleman having her second at bat of the evening. Oh, her first one.
Yeah.
My bad. Coleman is in the outfield. She's playing
Left,
the left
field.
field.
Yeah.
There's a foul down the third baseline. The count, it's 1-1.
Out of the University of North Carolina, Alex Coleman.
Who you think about when you think about North Carolina? Basketball sense.
Yeah.
That's an easy one. The GOAT for me. For me, it's a
Yeah.
GOAT. I don't know about you, Luis, but for me, the great MJ.
Yeah.
We were talking actually about basketball these few days, and we had a great loss in Puerto Rico. He raised in peace Johnny Flores Monge,
Yeah.
one of the great coaches and developers of the basketball here in Puerto Rico. Foul back. The count stays at 1-2 for Coleman. So the west side of the island, the Mayagüez region, and basically all the whole island, it's a great loss for the Puerto Rican basketball. So may he rest in peace, the great Johnny Flores. Struck him out. Amazing pitch again by Valdespino. She's having a great time. She's looking so amazing in the pitching labor for the Kansas City Diamonds. And once again, she gets the 1, 2, and 3. 3 innings completed here in San Juan. Kansas City, it's winning 3-0. We're back at the Irán Bithorn Stadium this Friday night. Beautiful night to play softball here, Luis Arturo. No rain, no wind, and basically these two teams giving everything. Great performance so far by Valdespino, pitching for Kansas City. And after that first inning, Peace has shown a lot of control and
Yeah.
so far not suffering any more damage.
Yeah.
When now Haley Cripe is at the plate, a little bit outside. The count is 1-1.
Yeah. 1-1 count for Haley Gray, who flied out in her first time out. In her first time up.
The pitch in 1-1. A little bit outside, inside, I mean.
Yeah. So Haley Gray right there, the third baseman. Autumn Peace looking to mix her pitches up, showing velocity, also looking to change speeds and be unpredictable on the mound.
And as we see in that pitch, changing velocities, but also going from east to west and from north to south.
Yeah.
She has to do that because of that offense that already Kansas City has shown. 3-1. The pitch is a line drive
Wow.
to center field. Base hit for Cripe, and that had a lot of speed, a lot of power. Exit velocity had to be way up there.
Yeah, a grounder with a lot of exit velocity. Coco Woolley tried to get her hands in. She wasn't able to,
no.
so reaches first base on a single, Haley Kripe.
Woolley made the dive, but she really had no chance to get that ball. It was so hard hit by Kripe. But now Riley will have another at-bat. Big swing and a miss. Little late in that power fastball by the righty Pierce.
So an 0-1 count. A runner on base for Kansas City Diamonds.
A little bit outside. The count is 1-1.
Kansas City with a lot of baseball history. Town with a lot of
Exactly.
baseball history.
I mean, one of my favorite players, the great George Brett.
Wow.
And there's a big swing high and deep to left field, but it's going to be just foul.
Wow.
I mean, Peace is so lucky right there because we don't see the flags right now, but it has to be like
The
some
wind
kind
took
of
that
wind.
one.
Yeah, and this stadium has that aspect of the game. The wind flows from the right field to the left field, and I think that was the key because that wasn't a home run.
Yeah.
For that,
The wind took that one right there, so it's going to be a foul ball. 1-2 count.
wow, what a great swing by Riley Blampit. And there's a nice bit of hitting, splitting the right and the center, and it's going to bring maybe a run. Here comes a throw and save. I was saying it. It was going to probably bring a run. A great piece of hitting again by Riley, and she is at second with an RBI double to get
second-
Kansas City up 4-0.
Her second double of the game. Third run batted in by Riley Blampede. And in that one, like you said, she was able to split the center, between the center and the right field right there. So a great piece of hitting. 2 for 2 is Riley Blampede.
And also great running. There's a bunt right at the pitcher. Easy out. It's a sacrifice bunt. Successful for the Leah Bucks.
So she advanced the runner right there.
It was Alex Brown, I mean. My bad.
Yeah.
Alex Brown with a sacrifice bunt.
So she advanced the runner, and right now we see on third base Riley Blampede, and coming up to bat is Leah Boggs, the catcher.
Now is Leah Bucks.
Line out in her first time out.
Infield in for Atlanta Smoke, trying to prevent that fifth run. That the game is still young, but yeah, you don't want this game to go 5-0 in the top of the fourth inning. There's a strike call in the outside part of the plate. The count in the 1-1. 3 of ones in the scoreboard. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's 1 out in the top of the fourth. And there's a high fly ball at left field. First one is going to be the center field, but it's going to be enough to bring another run for the Kansas City Diamonds. Great piece of hitting by Bugs. It had enough depth to bring it. The run, Riley scores the 5th for Kansas City, and now they are maybe in the best moment of their offense because it's not only scoring, they're getting great content and pretty much power in the.
Wow.
And I'm talking about power. There it is. Oh, and there's an error on the right fielder. The throw is going to go to the infield, but it's going to be a single and an error for Alexis Hastings.
Yeah, so a sacrifice fly with an RBI for Leah Bucks. Alexis Haskins with a single, but an error right there on right field. She was able to snatch that second base. So right now, 5-0 is the lead for Kansas City Diamonds. And coming up to the plate will be Allie Skagg.
You saw there at right field. She bobbled on what it will be only a single. And now
We are pitching
Hastings
change.
at second. And exactly, we have a pitching change. So we're going to take a break. And we will be right back with a new pitcher for the Atlanta Smoke. We're back, and we have a new pitcher, and she has been welcomed in the first pitch. Driving a run with a great piece of hitting, Alice Cagg brings home Hastings with the 6th run for the Kansas City Diamonds. What a way to welcome the new pitcher, a lefty,
Emily Price.
Emily Price.
So great piece of hitting right there. Ellie Skaggs, she saw a pitch that she liked. She was able to drive it in and push the runner, push another run in. So it's 6-0.
And now, at the plate is Rachel Roop. 1 for 2 today. High and outside of the zone. This Emily Price, she's a big pitcher, has a great speed. Let's see if she can get out of this trouble. At least there are 2 outs in this inning for the Atlanta Smoke, but already Kansas City doing the damage. They're winning 6-0. Kind of a cross
Outside the zone right there. So,
but it looked that they got a little bit crossed. You know, the catcher and the pitcher Price. I don't know, but it looked like that was not the pitch that the catcher was looking for. High and outside.
yep, a rice ball is not there.
Another base on balls.
It's gonna be a walk for Roop. And right now, coming into the plate for the Diamonds will be Corey McMillan, a single RBI in her first time up, but she got striked out in her second time up. So 1 for 2.
And Luis Arturo, we were talking in the commercial break that we haven't seen the Kansas City Diamonds so far, but they have made a great impression, at least in these first 4 innings, offensively. But Valdespino also in the pitching and defensively. It's a great team, these Kansas City Diamonds. And now one of their greatest hitters, McMillan, in the batting zone, in the batting box.
Wow.
Safe. Another defensive mistake for the Atlanta Smoke. This time was the first baseman who had to trouble to manage that ground ball, and a great run, aggressive running, but risky. Eventually, it was good for Kansas City, but we see the play. That's a routine play. You have to make that play.
Yeah, she was not able to do it. She throws home, but
and not a strong throw.
Right there with a lot of aggressive base running.
Ooh, she made the Javi Baez.
Ellie Skaggs.
Well, and they're talking about it. She made the Javi Baez.
Magician.
Exactly. Nice pitch, right down the middle for the,
So we
Eva
score as an
Cusack.
error.
yeah. No, he's got to be an error.
Yeah.
Like we were talking, that's a ground ball that you have
A
to
routine
make that
play.
Yeah, you have to make that play. A little bit high in the zone.
1-1 count for Eva Kuzak. She had a ground out in her first time up, fly out in her second time up.
She's a shortstop for this Kansas City team. Foul back. The count is now on 1-2 strikes. There are still 2 outs, but the Atlanta Smoke hasn't been able to get that out that gets them out of the jam. There's a chopper down to the pitcher and easy out for the third one of the inning.
But they do damage on this one.
Another 4 runs in the box for the Kansas City Diamonds, and they now are winning 7-0. We're back at the Irán Bithorn Stadium in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And now, Kansas City is winning 7-0 with Janae Jefferson taking her second at bat of the evening.
After a ground out in her first time up. Out of the University of Texas, Janae Jefferson.
And Valdespino still in the mound and still dominating strike.
I mean, she's being outstanding right there on the mound. Mixing it up, looking for the rise ball, also for her changeup, the spins. She's doing a great job.
A little bit high and outside. The count is now 2-1 for Jefferson, who's playing at the second base for Atlanta Smoke, who still don't have a hit through 3 innings so far in Puerto Rico. That's the third ball. 3-1 the count.
A lot of people connected to our broadcast. We're seeing people out of Pine Hall, North Carolina. Also, we're seeing people out of Kansas City, Sarasota, Florida, Georgia, Brooklyn, New York, Orange County, California. Connecticut. So,
Thank you all for being with us.
yeah,
And
from San Juan, Puerto Rico, doing
Luis
a
Arturo,
broadcast in our second language.
exactly. And my first time doing this, but we're happy. We're so glad to bring you all guys the emotion and the everything that we're living here in San Juan. I was gonna tell you, Luis Arturo, there is the first base runner for the Atlanta Smoke, a base on balls for Jefferson, and now the punt attempt, but it's gonna be foul.
I was able to do a couple of years back women's college basketball here in English,
Man,
but never
Wow.
softball. This is my first time hearing the Borinquen Smoke out doing softball in English.
and for me, I don't know how it was for you, but I think NCAA basketball in English, that it's not our first language, is gonna be like, for me, it will be like way more difficult.
Yeah.
And there's a ground ball down to second, the first out, but Jefferson was able to advance at second, so the Atlanta Smoke put the first run of the game for her at for them at
Second.
180 degrees.
So right now we have Janine Jefferson in scoring position, and it's Kaylee Harden up to the plate. First one is a strike.
Right down the middle. So 180 feet away from the plate is Jefferson, right? Jefferson is the one running at second. And now Callie Harding. Ball a little bit outside. Wasn't too far from the zone. But still, Valdespino looking sharp. Jefferson at second base, but it was a base on balls. The first runner that Atlanta has had in this game, foul back. The count is now 1-2.
So Luis, other than English and Spanish, do you know any other languages?
Yeah, português. Eu falo pouco do português.
I took French
Oh,
in
wow.
college. French one. Maybe a couple of things I could say.
I mean, exactly. It's the same for me. I know how to say a few words in French and Portuguese, but a little bit more in Portuguese. You know, I've had some conversations with native Portuguese or Brazilian people, but yeah, you don't have that kind of chance to speak a lot of Portuguese here in Puerto Rico. In the States, you know, you have so many languages, so many cultures, maybe a little bit easier. There's a swing and a miss, and a great tag by the catcher to get the second out of the inning, and Jefferson wasn't even able to think about moving to third base, so it was a great pitch and a great second out for Kansas City.
So right now, coming up to the plate will be Morgan Howe. She had a fly out on her first time up. I mean, right now, Atlanta Smoke looking for the opportunity for their first hit of the game, or their first to push their first run in. Let's see what happens. And right now,
Check swing, but no swing by Morgan.
this will be a ball one on this one.
1-0. The count for Morgan Howe. And yeah, basically a base hit will bring the first run of the game for Atlanta. Let's see if Morgan can do so. There's a foul back, and the count is now 1-1. We have to tell you this game is to 7 innings,
Yep.
so it's not that it's impossible, but Atlanta needs to start to make some runs
Yeah.
in the way that they can. Here comes Valdespino.
A little bit outside on that one.
Yeah,
Trying to catch the corner, but
And
wasn't able.
she was asking the umpire, it was a little bit high or was it outside the zone, and we don't know what the umpire told her, but the count is 2-1. The great 21 number in the back of Valdespino jersey. For us Puerto Ricans, that's the greatest number and the greatest
Yep.
baseball player we've ever had. The great one, Roberto Clemente Walker.
Yep. Pittsburgh Pirates legend.
Yeah, he was born and raised pretty nearby San Juan, here in Carolina.
Around 10 minutes from
Exactly.
here. Yeah.
3-1. Foul back. Count is full for Morgan Howe
And
from
most likely,
Arizona State.
the next Puerto Rican Hall of Famer, baseball Hall of Famer, will be Yadier Molina.
Exactly. And right now,
When he's ineligible, he will be in.
exactly. And in July, we will be in New York, in Cooperstown,
For Carlos
Beltran.
Yeah, Carlos Beltran. Going in with the New York Mets hat.
And will be the sixth
But he played for Kansas City Royals.
for the Kansas City Royals.
He came
and,
up with the Kansas City Royals.
And for the, obviously, the Houston Astros in 2 separate times. But he also played for the Cardinals. He played for the New York Yankees. Amazing career for the big center fielder from Puerto Rico. And there it is, the third out of the inning. Easy ground ball down the first base line. And that is it. Valdespino goes 1, 2, 3 again. And Atlanta hasn't been able to score a run yet. Kansas City winning 7-0 through 4 innings complete. We're back at the Irán Bithorn Stadium at the first pitch. Ground ball down to the shortstop. Coco with the big and strong throw. The first and for the first out of the inning. Retired for the Kansas City Diamonds. It was Haley Cripe. And now Riley Blampy is going to take her second at bat of the evening. Down and away. The first ball for Riley Blampy. 2 for 2 today with 3 RBIs. She's been the best so far for the Kansas City Diamonds. Right down the middle. The count is 0-1. Cripe was retired with a ground ball to shortstop.
And this is a dangerous Riley Blampy. 2 doubles in today's game, 3 RBIs.
She's looking for her third hit of the game. But so far, the lefty Price not giving her anything. And we can see from here 2 righties in the bullpen for the Atlanta Smoke. There's a line drive up the shortstop, and it will be the third hit of the game for Riley Blampy. Unbelievable.
3 for 3 for Blampede. Now with a single down the middle. I mean, she's able to get her hands in, drive the ball inside right there, and she's able to reach first base. I mean, she has done it all for this Kansas City Diamond team. Their opening night here, the PSL.
Alex Brown out of the cage, and it's going to be cold strike in the outside part of the plate. Brown had a successful sacrifice bunt her last time at bat. Now it's a fallback. That got a little bit of the catcher, but she's fine. The count is 0-2 for Alex Brown. At first, is running Riley. It's not that she has been 3 for 3. It's the contact that she has made in every at bat. Solid contact, well located, excellent performance so far by Riley Ramplit.
So Alex Brown, a ground out and a sacrifice bunt.
There's a ground ball in foul territory for the first base line. There, the first base coach made the ole. Top of the fifth. Kansas City in cruise control right now. There's a chopper down the third base. Great play by Malauli, who goes to first with the first out of the inning. She could have made the double play, so at second, it's Riley. And once again, Kansas City puts another run 180 feet away from the plate. There we saw that she was able to basically put the ball in play.
And one of my dreams is to visit one day the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum
Wow, yeah.
in Kansas City, Missouri. I mean, read those stories. My grandparents told us about a lot of Puerto Ricans that played over there in the Negro Leagues, like Pancho Coimbre, Luis Marquez, Juan Wilbe. So it will be nice to visit that museum one day.
And not only Puerto Ricans, but a lot of Cubans that were basically
Hispanic
the
ball players,
pioneers
yeah.
of baseball here in the
In the
Caribbean.
yeah. A lot of our pioneers, they played in the Negro Leagues during those times. So yeah, nice visit.
Yeah, and much respect for all of them. They basically made the path for the Latinos and Negro players, and basically for us as Latinos, as Puerto Ricans, we honor them, and we're grateful that we had those kind of players. And
Opening the
that
doors,
now we're
yeah.
now we are able to see a lot of black and Latino players in the big leagues, but it's everything because of them. There's a high fly ball to right, and she's gonna fall, and the ball is gonna drop and
Ground
go
rule
over
double.
the fence. So it's a ground rule double for Leah Bucks. Nice piece of hitting, but also having a lot of trouble right there in the right field. For the Atlanta Smoke, it's the right fielder Harding. She's having a lot of trouble so far, already with an error, and this one is gonna be a double. But
For Boggs.
yeah, she really had a chance to make that play.
Yeah.
There she falls. So it's a ground rule double that brings the 8th run of the game for Kansas City when Alexis Hastings is going to have another shot at the plate. So Bucks at second with 2 outs. This Kansas City team is showing a lot of a lot of discipline at the home plate, but also a lot of power. And we're going to see now a pinch runner for the Bucks. I don't know. From here, I think it's number 28, but I don't know. Let's see. And yeah, it's number 28. We're going to get the name in a few seconds. There's a swing and a miss by Alexis Hastings. The pitch by Price, and it's a line drive to
Wow.
center field. It's going to maybe bring another run. There comes a throw, and it's safe. Wow, what a close play at home. Great throw by the third fielder, but it wasn't enough to get the Bucks in a running that she hesitated when she was going down from third to home. It was a weird running by Bucks, and I thought it was going to be out at the plate, but
And-
basically it's a RBI double
And the runner
for
was
Hastings.
Lauren Lucas Thornhill.
And she is the one that scored the run.
It's a 9-0 game. 10 hits in this ball game for Kansas City Diamonds. Atlanta still looking to find their hit. But, I mean, right now, everything seems to be clicking for the Diamonds.
And now we're going to see a challenge. So we'll see the replay. There comes the throw, the runner. And it's
Oh.
going to be overturned, I think.
Bang, bang, play. So they're reviewing.
I'll be honest with you, Luis Arturo. I think it's going to be overturned. We don't see the play in this angle, but if we have another one, we will see how Lucas basically had a moment of doubt, and she hesitated to go in for the plate.
A strong throw by Dallas Goodnight of the Atlanta Smoke.
Excellent throw, and the ball was way earlier than the runner, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be an automatic out. But I think that the tag was the tag was before the runner touched the home plate. So let's see. They're taking their time right there. So let's see. Once again, we see
So the officials
nice piece
are
of hitting.
reviewing the play.
And that angle is going to be tough for the umpires, but I think it's out. But I mean, 9-0 is going to be, it has been, I mean, an amazing performance for the Kansas City Diamonds. But I mean, you won that run. So there it is. That's the frame for me. That's the frame. You guys at home, let us know what you think. It's out? It's safe? Let us know. We will know right now. Here come the umpires. After watching the replay, let's see if the play stays or it's overturned. Oh, it stays. So
So the call stands.
that's why you have to stay with us and watch what the umpires tell, because we don't know nothing. We just have our opinion. I still think that it was out, but 9-0. Still Kansas City not only dominating, but it's an amazing performance offensively, and by Valdespino at the mound. Ali Skagg at the plate, 1-1 the count.
She was walked her first time, ground on her second time up, and a single RBI in her third time up.
Way high. Peace have her troubles with the command in the first 3 innings, but we have to say Price hasn't stepped up the job that Pete's made. And there's a line drive between right and center field. The throw in is going to be a double, an RBI double for Ali Skagg, and this is a 10-0 game for the Kansas City Diamonds.
Wow. Showing power right there between the center field and the left fielder. She was able to reach the second base, but right now 11 hits for the Kansas City Diamonds.
And watch out. Great play by Coco. Woolley with the throw, the first, and that is the third out of the inning, stopping the bleeding for the Atlanta Smoke. Now, Kansas City, it's winning 10-0. Bueno, estamos de regreso a la acción desde el Irán Bithorn. We're back in action at the Irán Bithorn Stadium with Luis Joel Aymad and Luis Arturo Alvarez.
Matty Grimm.
San Juan. And now Matty Grimm at the plate. Fall back.
First time up with a flight out. Let's see what she does in her second trip to the plate.
Valdespino still at the mound and not any reason to take it out.
Another foul ball, so it's an 0-2 count.
And
Pitcher's count.
And that was maybe the best pitch that Matty Green was gonna see in this at bat. It's a fastball right down the middle, but she was late, not able to make a good contact of it. And that's a pitch way out of the zone, wasting a pitch basically. Trying to see if Matty made a hack of it. But not tempted enough. In 1-2. That's high, 2-2. Showing a little bit more of discipline at the plate. The Atlanta Smoke batters. And I mean, it's not that they have been chasing around, but Valdespino has been so dominant so far that they still don't have a hit. Inside, 3-2 the count. Good at bat so far for
That is the first time we see a full count against Valdespino.
In 3-2. Oh,
wow.
Struck her out. And that had some smoke in it. First out of the inning.
Wow.
Let's see the replay again. No way to catch that.
A lot of movement on that pitch right there. Finishing in the outside corner.
That combination of speed and movement, it's unhittable. Round ball to third, easy. And that's the second out of the inning. And I mean, I don't want to repeat myself, but she's been so dominant. Amazing performance by Valdespino.
Hope Valdespino.
She hasn't give much hope to the Atlanta Smoke so far. When we see Taylor Krebs for the second time.
A rise ball outside. I mean, way up. And now it's Tessa Malaulu.
Oh yeah, it's Tessa. It's the the scoreboard here in the
Yeah.
stadium. It has the wrong player, and now they fix it. Yeah, it's Tessa Malayulu. A little bit low.
2-0 count.
Here's Valdespino again. And after Bucks came out from for the game, we think that Lucas is the one at the plate right now, receiving the pitches for Valdespino. We'll see if there is another change in the Kansas City Diamonds. There's up and inside, 3-1 the count.
And we remind you guys, tomorrow, 7 p.m. local time, the second game of their series, Kansas City and Atlanta. And then on Sunday will be at 4 p.m. local time.
There's a swing and a foul down to the left field. Not able to play it. They're the left fielder, neither the third baseman. So the count stays at 3-2. Running out of chances. This Atlanta Smoke team. We still see a righty warming up in the bullpen for the Smoke. Maybe she's the one that's going to come in the first and
Wow.
the next inning. And struck her out. Amazing. And that will be it. That will be ball game. So there's the knockout rule here in this tournament. Valdespino with a no-hitter.
Wow.
What a performance by
Yep.
Valdespino. Actually, I'm going to tell you guys, I didn't know there was the
rule.
the knockout rule, the mercy rule
Yep.
in this tournament. So,
After 5 innings,
and winning 10-0,
yep.
that's it. An historic performance for Valdespino. Hope Valdespino throwing 5 shutout innings without allowing not even a hit, just a base on balls.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, very strong performance, but we also got to give credit to the offense of the Kansas City Diamonds team. We're talking about Riley Blandpede, 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs. We're looking at Rachel Roop with a single, Corey McGillen with a single RBI. We're looking at Alexis Hastings, Leah Boggs with a double. I'm talking about a very complete game offensively also for
Basically,
this Kansas City
everybody.
Diamonds team. Yep.
Everybody in that Kansas City Diamonds lineup made something to
contribute.
to contribute exactly. And obviously, Riley Blandpit, it was the player of the game offensively with 3 RBIs, 3 for 3, 2 doubles. But Valdespino in the mound was unhittable and allowing no hits to this Atlanta Smoke team. It shows a lot of her heart and her stuff at the mound.
So a great victory for Kansas City Diamonds. Let's remind you guys, tomorrow will be game 2 of this series. Kansas City Diamonds against the Atlanta Smoke at 7 p.m. local time here in Puerto Rico. We'll see you tomorrow.
And I don't know about you, Luis, but I'm looking forward to watch more of this Kansas City Diamonds team. And they still have 2 more games against this Atlanta Smoke team. So tomorrow, the Smoke will try to get some revenge. And let's see what happens. But de parte de todo nuestro equipo de producción, of all our broadcasting team, thank you so much for being here with us. From Luis Arturo Alvarez and Luis Joel Aymat, we say goodbye, good night. It will be till tomorrow.